One. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Prince George's County Board of Education July 28th board meeting. We're voting to go into executive session at this time. Ms. Williams, would you please read the written statement? You're on mute. I can't hear you. And before we go in, we had some other board members join. Okay. I'd like to introduce Mr. Bill Shelton, who will serve as parliamentarian in our general or a public meeting this evening. Mr. Shelton, you can see all the board members by name, and we look forward to you joining us at the 7 o'clock public meeting.
Yes, ma'am. Should I leave now? Someone told me to show up for the 5 o'clock meeting.
Yeah, you show up now, but you have to sign out
Okay.
until 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you at 7 o'clock.
Okay, thank you. Board member Ahmed, your hand is up.
Yes, Dr. Miller, I just wanted to express concern about having a parliamentarian that the board did not vote on. I was not aware that there was a selection made for a parliamentarian. In fact, we have legal services on our agenda for a public agenda.
That is not.
So I just wanted to express my concern around having someone that the board has not voted on be a parliamentarian at a meeting. Yes.
Your point is well taken and duly noted. And this is to let you know that this is a service that was requested primarily, and it was solicited. We had several, it was solicited through the procurement process. So it did not need to come to the board for a vote. It is a temporary service that is needed by this board and was procured through the process, the purchasing process. So your position and your comment is well taken. I'm going to move forward to getting into the heart of the meeting.
Dr. Miller, before we get started,
yes.
I think we're waiting on one other person, and I think they were having trouble. Can you give me like 2 minutes just to see?
Well,
just one moment.
I see a hand has gone up too. Mr. Board Member Burrows.
Hi, just because we're waiting on Ms. Williams to, I guess, help assist another board member in logging in. Will the board be provided Mr. Shelton's contract?
Sure.
And who signed?
It's not a contract. It's not a contract. It's procuring a service, just as we would procure catering services. An invoice will be submitted by Mr. Shelton for the services provided on this night. This is not a major contract. It is a service that was procured that this board does need.
And was this your decision, Dr. Miller?
It was a decision of the leadership.
Is that you and Ms. Williams?
Well, you can say me and Ms. Williams, but it's a service that this board needs. And I took the fiduciary responsibility of putting in a requisition for this service.
And
I think it's a direct result of the request of board members to have order at the meetings. And so I can't remember the exact title, but it's Certified Parliamentarians Association was solicited for people that would be interested in providing us with the service on a temporary basis. And Mr. Bill, I guess his name is the one who was selected through the procurement process. And so that's what we're here for. You all had an outcry of disorder, and so now we're trying to get it. And the amount of it is so low that it doesn't even have to have a full contract, just the requisition. and he will provide a service. But I don't think that he's here during the private meeting,
No.
correct, Dr. Miller?
No,
He will
he's
not be
not.
here
Just
during
the
the
general
private
meeting, the public
Just during
meeting.
the general meeting, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Board Member Queen.
Thank you so very much, Madam Chair. And I just wanted to say to my other colleagues that I was the colleague that kept emailing Dr. Miller and suggesting that we have a parliamentary so we can have some procedures. And so when questions was asked, like when I had questions and they wasn't able to be asked, that I could be directed. But I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Board Member Queen.
You're welcome.
Just one moment, Dr.
Well, while we're waiting, it appears we're waiting for the new board member to join us. And where is my sheet?
The new board member is on. I don't know who Sonia is trying to get on, but if we have a quorum,
Yeah,
somebody-
we have a quorum and we can go into,
executive session,
Some
and
reason-
whoever is trying to get on can get on in an executive session.
Ms. Williams.
I'm sorry, what are we waiting for right now?
We do apologize to the public.
Oh, that's right. You're still in.
Yes, we just want to apologize. Thank you, Dr. Miller, to the public.
Thank you. We're waiting for a new member to join us. And I'd like to take that time to make that introduction.
I'm sorry, what new member to the board?
I haven't introduced her yet. I'm waiting for Ms. Williams.
We haven't received notice that there is another member of the board.
Your point is well taken. Thank you.
Point of clarification, Dr. Miller, has this new board member been onboarded?
The
And
new
sworn
member
in?
has been sworn in and onboarded. The county executive appointed the member on Monday. What's the day? Wednesday, Monday. The member was sworn in yesterday and onboarded today.
Well, Is
Come,
there-
can I ask questions? I don't have any problems with answering.
can you send us any type of information, documentation, release, et cetera? I'm just, I'm a little blindsided, so I just wanted to see if I can have some more information about how and when this occurred.
Okay, well, then that will be something you will have to consult with the county executive and her staff. My understanding is that there were applications put out or solicitation for applications of persons to fill the vacancy of Ms. Shepherd, former board member Shepherd. And evidently the team for the county executive met with various candidates and they chose one, and she has now joined us under Sonia Williams' name. And the new board member's name is Judy Mickens Murray. Ms. Mickens Murray, I'll give you more information later about her. Let's move into, I see your hand and I'm not ignoring you, board member Adam Stafford, but I want us to move into executive session and then we can have all these other discussions as we go along. Because I do want.
I have a question that pertains to this.
Go on.
So I know we've talked a lot on this board about professional courtesy. And welcome to our parent new board member. As board leadership, don't you think it would have been courteous to let us know that a board member was sworn in prior to us finding out along with the public on the day of the meeting? I feel
I
I feel
can't
that-
address that because
Can I
that was
address
not my
that, Dr. Miller?
decision.
Sure. I mean, we'd love to know. We had
Can
no
I address
idea
that?
until right now.
So we were just notified just recently also, and with all of the things that we have to manage when bringing on new members of the board, you remember when you became a member of the board, there's a lot that has to occur. On top of that, we're preparing for a board meeting. And so there are a number of things that has happened today. And because we have limited support in the board office, Dr. Miller and I are managing all of this. And so we apologize if we did not tell you 75 years ago that this happened. We are telling you as soon as we are able. As you can see, we did not have, she could not log in properly because all of those things that you normally would do could not have been done in advance. The county executive informed us, and we began to do the process to facilitate the work of the board and facilitate this new board member on the board. If you have any concerns or any challenges, I would love for you to, reach out to the county executive to let her know your concerns and challenges, but this is the county executive decision, and we have moved forward. And so I
I
think we need to
understand. I guess
proceed
my
with the meeting.
question is, when did you find out from the county executive? Because there had to have, you're saying that there was the swearing in. So could you have possibly alerted the board as you were doing a swearing in? Because I'm sure you had to organize for that and organize for
I
the
would
person to be
love
sworn
to
in. So
have.
I just think
to
us finding, when we talk about professional
Mhm.
courtesy,
Point of
I've just
order.
never been a part of an organization that would sort of blindside the rest of the members by introducing a new board member at a public board meeting. We haven't even had a chance to meet this board member, or we didn't even know who she was prior to this meeting. So that's just a bit unprofessional in my
Thank
opinion.
you.
Well,
Thank
thank you. And your points are well taken. And I thank you for expressing your concerns. Now, can we move into Ms. Williams reading?
Before we move in, Dr. Miller, my hand is up. Can I say something, please?
Yes, Ms. Board Member Queen.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just want to say to all of the board members, and you guys know when I say things, it's from the heart. As a family person, as a parent, a lot of things we may not know to the last minute. It's been not just the one who just came on, but it's been other things that we've been surprised with, even from when the chair was announced. But what we have to learn as board members, we're elected officials, and we must learn to be a little bit more professional. I think we can go into executive session behind closed doors. There's certain things that I tell my family, all of our business does not have to be out for the whole public to hear. We will continue to make mistakes. We are not perfect. No board in Prince George's County or any other county is perfect. But to get there, we're going to have to really try our best to work. This was done. We may not have known. Yes, we may not know. We can talk about it behind the executive session. But I want to truly welcome Ms. Murray. And I just want to say to the public, we do apologize that you have to wait. And we do apologize for what you're hearing, because we don't want Prince George's County public schools to be looked at in a bad light, to be seen as if we can't handle business professionally behind closed door without all of our garbage and baggage. And we all have garbage and baggage. We just don't want it out in the street. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank you all for your comments, and I'm going to move this meeting ahead. Please, again, let us welcome our new student member of the board, Alvaro Cerrone Ruiz. Wave to us, Mr. Ruiz, board member. And well, I've already taken the opportunity to introduce our new board member, Ms. Judy Mickens Murray. And as I indicated, Ms. Murray was appointed by the county executive, Angela Alsobrooks, and sworn into office yesterday. Ms. Mickens is no stranger to the Board of Education. As a matter of fact, she served on the Board of Education from 2002 to 2006. So she's coming in with a wealth of knowledge in terms of board policy and operations. And I'd like for everyone to welcome Ms. Judy Mickens Murray. Thank you. Now, Ms. Williams, would you please read the written statement?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move that upon a motion that has properly recorded and adopted, the Board of Education of Prince George's County meets in closed session pursuant to Section 3-305, General Provisions, Article Annotated Code of Maryland, to address the following: to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, or any other personnel matters that affect one or more specific individuals. To consult with staff, consultants, or other individuals about pending or potential litigation. To discuss and an investigation proceeding, or actual or possible criminal conduct. For each of the cited above, the reasons for closing and topics to be discussed includes the discussion of the CEO's end of the year performance evaluation, discuss legal matters, and leave balance suspension of a former employee, and receive a report and discuss the findings of the ethics panel. Madam Chair, I move that we go into executive session.
May I have a second?
Madam Chair, I would like to second the motion with one change. I would like, that if you can accept this friendly amendment, Board Member Williams, that if for some reason we go into executive session and it goes beyond 7 o'clock, we will stop executive session, come back out to our public meeting, and if needed, go back into executive session. I do not want our public waiting.
I accept that motion that we plan to end at 6:55 so that we could transition into the general meeting.
Thank
So
you.
moved. And you seconding?
A
it?
second, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask all board members to turn your videos on as a courtesy to your public so that they can see that you are in attendance. Board Member Adam Stafford, Board Member Murray, Board Member Thomas, would you please turn your videos on?
I'm unable to at this time.
We have a second. All those, roll call, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Call the roll,
Aye.
please, Ms. Berkeley.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, Ms. Berkeley, and as Ms. Berkeley calls the roll, Ms. Bickens, I asked that the cameras be turned on so that you could identify with who your new colleagues are. Thank you.
You ready?
Yes, Ms. Berkeley, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Mrs. Adam Stafford,
Aye.
Mrs. Ahmed,
Aye.
Ms. Boozer Strother,
Aye.
Mr. Burrows,
Aye.
Mr. Saron Ruiz,
Aye.
Mr. Harris,
Aye.
Mr. Montero,
Yes.
Mr. Murray,
Aye.
Mrs. Queen,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas,
Aye.
Mr. Valentine,
Aye.
Mrs. Minkins Murray,
Aye.
Mrs. Williams,
Aye.
and Dr. Miller.
Aye. The ayes have the vote, and we will now move into our executive session. Community members, please join us at 7 p.m. for the special board, for the regular board meeting. Board members, now please sign into the executive session on Zoom. And we will begin our executive session once everyone has signed off and signed back in.
Okay, I'll now do that.
Mrs. Minkins? Mrs.
Yes,
Hi, are you going to use Sonia's,
I can if
Okay.
you send me the link.
okay,
And then just rename.
yes. You can
Get
use
them.
some
Okay.
Sonia's and we'll rename you like we did the last time, okay?
Jesus, these people. Hello?